So welcome back to this magnificent arena here, built specifically for the 2020 Olympic Games, the badminton venue in 2 years' time. So the badminton players having the opportunity to experience this new Olympic venue. So to our 7th match of the day, and it's men's singles, and it's the defending champion, former world champion and 2-time finalist here, Viktor AXELSEN of Denmark, up against the bronze medalist from the recent Asian Games, Kenta NISHIMOTO. And then we have a women's singles to finish off. If you were expecting the men's doubles with 2-time former world champions Sun and Setiowan against the reigning world champions Lee Junhui and Li Yuchen, sadly that's not going to happen because of an injury, back injury to Mohamed Hassan. So we have the pleasure of having Tunjung of Indonesia up against the former world champion Ratchanok Intanon, that women's singles. Certainly should be an exciting match. But first to the men's singles, and this match we're about to watch is obviously from the top half of the draw because Viktor AXELSEN is the world #1 and therefore the #1 seed here. You can see already in this top half of the draw the current world champion Momota is safely through. You will have seen his match if you were with us earlier. And 3-time former champion Lin Dan, 4-time a finalist, he's safely through as well. So the tall man, Viktor AXELSEN, there he is, won the world title in Glasgow last year. Olympic bronze medalist, and he's up against a man who was a surprise bronze medalist at the recent Asian Games in Jakarta. Lost his semi-final to the eventual gold medalist Jonathan Christie in 3 games. But considering he was only the #8 seed going into the Asian Games, to go away with a bronze medal was pretty spectacular. Now, as you can see, this is the 4th meeting between these two players. Of the previous 3, Viktor AXELSEN has actually won the last 2, including that last one, which was in the final of the Malaysian Masters Super 500 event earlier this year, January, in fact, earlier this year. 3 games it was, as you saw, 1 hour and 12 minutes. It's twice been to 3 games, a deciding game, when these two men have met each other in their 3 previous meetings. So I think we can expect a tight match here today. Now, I say he was a tall man, he certainly is, isn't he? That's about 6'4", born in Odense, which is where we played the Denmark Open. Denmark Open and French Open, the European legs of the HSBC BWF World Tour next month, after these 3 World Tour events back to back. This, the Japan Open, the first of them, then the China event in Changzhou next week, and then the Korean Open. Su Jianhao was his opponent in the first round, and it was pretty comfortable, 32 minutes, as you can see. And his opponents, Kenta NISHIMOTO, is 24, only turned 24 14 days ago, and he is enjoying his 2nd consecutive week at a career-high ranking of #9. This is the 5th year he's played his home event, the Japan Open, and it's the first year he hasn't had to qualify to play in the main draw. So that's a mark of his improvement. In the first round, he played against the man who replaced Xiaobin of China, Li Chiek-u from Hong Kong. It was 2 straight games in 44 minutes. So as far as Nishimoto is concerned, hoping to join Momota, world champion, in the quarter-final final stage. So our court officials for this one: Tanua Karapat of Thailand and Chen Ching Ku from Chinese Taipei.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Viktor AXELSEN, Denmark. On my left, Kenta NISHIMOTO, Japan. Viktor AXELSEN to serve. Le ball, play.
So the defending champion, the former world champion, Viktor AXELSEN from Denmark, getting this second round men's singles match underway against Kenta NISHIMOTO.
Service over. 1 love.
Oh my goodness. Backhand smash there with full pirouette.
1-all.
He wasn't expecting the drive to the back of the court. He did well to deal with that. Well, no home player has won the men's singles title here at the Japan Open. Kenichi Tago did reach the final 5 years ago, where he lost to Lee Chong-wei. In contrast, the Dane last year, when he won the title, became the 4th different men's singles player from Denmark to lift the Japan Open title. Following in the footsteps of Morten Frost, Rasmussen and Peter Gade. Oh, it's landed in. It's a misjudgment there from AXELSEN. He's making his 7th appearance here, AXELSEN, in the Japan Open. Not only won the title last year, but was beaten in the final 3 years ago, losing out to Lin Dan in 3 games, having been 11-3 up in the deciding game. Yeah, well worked.
1.
Well, he looks to be oozing confidence at the moment, Nishimoto. Excellent start by him.
Service over. 2-5.
Halved. well documented that Axelsen underwent keyhole surgery on his ankle in February earlier this year, just to remove a little bit of debris. And I think he's been struggling ever since to find the level of fitness that he had as winning his world title last year in Glasgow. Oh, my goodness, how did he get that back? Oh. I was going to say, this has got to be the longest rally of the match so far, surely.
Service over. 6-4.
Look at that. That was the defensive shot. Absolutely extraordinary how he got it back, and got it back with such control. Well, it equals the longest rally at 35 shots.
Service over. 5-6.
That's nice.
Service over.
But it's quite obvious
7-5.
that Axelsen wanting to command the front of the court, and he's putting pressure on his opponent, forcing him to lift. And that was a brilliant lift from Nishimoto on that occasion. Oh my goodness, that's wild.
8-5.
Well,
9-5.
that got the net cord.
Ten, 5.
You simply cannot afford errors like that. He was there early.
Service over. 6-10.
Yeah, one of his trademark shots. That acute angle cross court from his backhand corner. Missed it.
Service over.
So it's a
11-6
5-point
in draw.
advantage for Kenta Nishimoto here at the mid-game interval of the opening game against the defending champion. And Axelsen has an awful lot of work to do here.
相手こうセットしたら相手こうさっき練習の時言ったけどクロスこうやクロスそういうでゆっくりしながら相手が強いから前張ってるゆっくりしながら相手使って前張ってるそうです
Hard 1, 20 seconds. Hard 1, 20 seconds.
Så bare give ham løbeturen, bare tæt net.
Ja.
Får du chancen.
Yeah, the two coaches, not long for them to impart their thoughts to the players. Nakanishi, coach for Nishimoto, and Jonassen, coach to Axelsen. There's coach Nakanishi.
11-6. Play.
Kenny Jonassen, understandably, looking a little bit concerned right now.
There's no way back into court from that position. We'd never have got the next one. Might as well go for the night.
Stand up.
Nice. I bided his time for quite a while in that rally. Axelsen letting Nishimoto dictate the pace in the early stages. He is such a tall man. He's got such good angled shots, Axelsen. When he gets an opportunity to play them, especially when he's worked his opponent around the court first, it's an awful lot of winners.
11.
Getting good length on his lifts and clears now, Axelsen. And the good length on those clears makes it extremely difficult for Nishimoto to then put any pressure on the tall Dane. So all 4 points that have been played since the mid-game interval have been won by the defending champion. In fact, all 5 points. And he's back level.
Kenta challenged, call out.
Well, a challenge from Nishimoto. Clearly out. I was very, very surprised by the challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Maybe just trying to break up the rhythm of Axelsen. The fact that they've played 5 rallies since the resumption of play and he's lost 5 points.
Play.
Tactical challenge rather than believing it was in. Who knows? Only him. Was clever smash in the first place towards the right hip of Nishimoto. I'd love to know what Kenneth Jonassen said to Axelsen in the mid-game interval. Whatever he said, it's worked. 6 straight points. Into the lead. Oh, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. What a defensive shot. What reactions from the tall man. Look at this. That is unbelievable. The shuttle was deflected off the net. I'm sure it was deflected, and still he managed to readjust his shot and play an outright winner. That is utterly amazing. There's a bit more spring in the step now, isn't there, as well, from Axelsen? Yeah, there we go.
Thirteen, 11.
Missed it, overdone it. So the run comes to an end, but my goodness me, that run of 7 straight points has put a very, very different complexion on this opening game. All of a sudden, there's real belief in Axelsen, and there's a seed of doubt now in this man.
Service over. 12-13.
There's another smash from the back of the court from Axelsen towards the right hip or right shoulder of Nishimoto, and as much as he tried to sway out of the way to give himself the freedom to play the shot, he simply couldn't do it. Missed it. Oh, called in. No wonder Nishimoto has challenged. I thought that was just wide. Matters not what I think, though. Matters what Hawkeye says. And Hawkeye said it caught the line. What a great call, line judge.
Collection in. 15-12. Play.
It's the angled shot from the back of the court and the quick follow-up from Axelsen. Here's the angle. He's immediately going forward. Look how racket arm outstretched, taking that block as early as possible so he can make the kill. It is now 11 of the last 12 points won by this man. 6-11 down at the mid-game interval to 17-12 up. Now that is what you call a shift in momentum. Oh, this is amazing.
18-12.
Absolutely amazing. I'm almost lost for words. What on earth has happened to Nishimoto? Apart from the fact that this man has just upped his own intensity. That's brilliant. There's that trademark shot I was telling you about. Thirteen of the last 14 points now to this man, the defending champion.
Service over. 13-19. Service over.
Game point opportunities.
20, game point 13.
7 of them. Super. 15 of the last 17 points since the mid-game interval. That is absolutely extraordinary from the defending champion, Viktor AXELSEN. 21-13, having been 6-11 down. Well, there's a reason why he's world #1 and former world champion. What a great display from the tall Dane. 24 minutes for that opening game, or just under.
Går vi ind her, så ved du,
Very good
at i
indeed.
start, der bliver det slagsmål igen. At han kommer til at holde nedad, han kommer til at ville prøve at sætte tempoet igen. Præcis. Og det betyder, at vi skal stadig gå op og tage kampen om forbanen, men vi skal have løfte med, men ikke for at løfte.
Både mellemspil og løftende med.
Ja, lige nok.
Hvis jeg synes bare lader ham komme.
Ja. det tør spille langt frem i defensiven også, så det forvinkler noget.
Ja, nemlig.
Men 2 ting. I forbanen,長い間に我慢して、クリア打った後のレシーバー、スマッシュレシーバー。この辺から高いボールだから、そんなすぐ上げなくて大丈夫。一回部屋落としてちょっとつついたりして、つついて前とか横を意識させておいてから後ろ一回逃げるように。今簡単にすぐ上げすぎる。そうちょっと簡単に上げずに大事です。前使いながら横使いながら大事です。後ろ使って最後。その気持ちで本当にそれが余って。
Hot 1, 20 seconds. Hot 1, 20 seconds.
Well, I wish I could tell you what was said there by Coach Kenta Nishimato. Something about the lifts. Kenta Nishimato now joined by Yakupoi on the coach's bench.
Love all, play.
It's gone long.
One, love.
Beat Lee Chong-wei in the final a year ago, did Axelsen. Having beaten Shrikant in the quarter-final stage, and then the then world number 1 Son Wan-ho in the semi-final stage.
2, love. Service over. 1, 2.
I'm getting the idea that there's a bit of a sideways drift as well, from left to right as we all look down on the court. Look at that, just taken wide by the drift.
Three, 2.
Missed it. Yeah, didn't miss by
Service
much.
over. 3, all.
But there's signs to me that Nishimoto is trying to play a little more of an aggressive game. In other words, in doing that, it stops the opportunity for Axelsen to hit in a downward direction like that. Because as soon as you give him the opportunity to attack, the tall Dane is lethal. The best way to counteract that is to hit in a downward direction yourself. Yeah, that's a nice net shot. Very nice net shot.
Service over. 4-all.
That's a good lift. Good rally, my goodness me, what an excellent net shot from Nishimoto.
5-4.
Considering he took that so low. Got the net cord. That is wonderful control. Look how low he took that and gets the net cord. It's absolutely fantastic. Nice way to end the longest rally of the match so far.
Five, 4.
Oh, that's well judged. Oh, there's a challenge here, though. Challenge from Nishimoto.
Challenges call out.
Oh, it was a bit risky, I think, to challenge on your opponent's back line. Especially when there's a bit of a drift, and Steen was telling us earlier that the drift is taking the shuttle long of that back line, and that just proves it.
Unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Axelsen hasn't challenged once in the match so far.
Service over. 5-all. Play.
Missed it.
Service over. 6-5.
Yeah, good follow-up.
Service over. 6-all.
There's another challenge
Kenta
from Nishimoto.
Challenges call out.
Well, if he's wrong on this occasion, he's got no challenges left. What does Hawkeye say? Oh no, caught the line, good challenge.
Correction in. Service over. 7-6. Play.
Yeah.
8-6.
Looks a little sluggish to me on that one, Axelsen. Slow to react. Yeah, that's a good return.
9-6.
In fact, I think it did, in fact, get the neck cord again slightly deflected. Oh, certainly a neck cord on that one.
10-6.
Well, in all honesty, I don't think the Dane would be too upset with a 11-6 deficit at the mid-game interval, because that's what it was in the opening game, and then he promptly won 15 of the next 17 points to close out the opening game 21-13. Surely history couldn't repeat itself, could it?
Service over. 7-10. Service over. 7-10.
Oh my goodness, he played that off his knees. Yeah, it was worth the effort too. That final smash from Nishimoto was halfway down the net. What on earth happened there? But look at that one. And look how quickly he gets up again. That smash there was dreadful from Nishimoto.
Thank you.
Eight, 10.
Oh, it's just wide. That's unlucky from Nishimoto.
9-10.
The effort to get the shuttle to the back of the court there, off the second smash from his opponent.
Thank you.
Yeah, that does hold out my theory about a bit of a sideways drift.
Chin.
9-10. Oh my goodness, indecision. Oh! Well, a little bit of trickery there from the
10
former world
all.
champion. The top spin on the lift. Look at that. That's amazing. Because you're giving the shuttle a glancing blow, you actually have to come through it quite quickly. And that's what the dissection is. So, from 6-10 down, 5 straight points to go to the mid-game interval with a 1-point advantage. The defending champion.
Højde på, så kommer han ikke igen. Må han slå det ene lykketråd.
Nemlig.
Men
Court 1 to 20 second. Court 1 to 20 second. Eleven, 10, play.
Oh, good angle, good angle. Yeah, not much pace on it. Good defence initially as well, but look at this one. That's one of Axelsen's special. Played by Nishimoto.
Service over. 11 all.
Oh, it's coming down so steeply and quickly. It just makes it virtually impossible for the receiver actually to get there. Not only get there, but do something with it.
Thank you.
That might well have been the longest rally of this second game.
Service over. 12, 11.
Yeah, it's well left.
Yes.
Clearly long.
Thank you. Service over. 12 all.
Good rally again. This is testing the fitness levels. Yeah, Nishimoto is struggling. Yeah, look at him. He's bent
Service
double.
over. 13-12.
Yeah, good umpiring. Oh, the longest rally of the match.
Quickly.
He's trying every trick in the book to have a bit of a timeout. Wanted to tell down, the umpire said no. Then he wanted the court mopped, the umpire said no. Then he asked to change the shuttle, and now he's retying his shoelace.
Yeah. 13-12.
Yeah, it was a tired-looking shot to me from Nishimoto.
14-12.
Well, he's annoyed at himself, Axelsen, because he knows that this is the moment when his opponent is struggling. And had he have won that rally and put more scoreboard pressure on his opponent, it could have been decisive.
Service over. 13-14.
Rules challenge here.
Viktor AXELSEN challenge at call in.
His first challenge of the whole match. Now, I'm not sure whether he thought that was wide or whether he thought it was long. Perhaps both. What does Hawkeye say? No, Hawkeye says it was in both ways.
Correction in.
So back level.
14 all. Play. Out.
And then a service
Service
error. My
over.
goodness me.
15,
I suspect
14.
that might be the first of the match, is it? Yeah, good straight smash from the defending champion.
16, 14. Service over. 15-16.
Oh, that's a nice smash. Oh, that's definitely long, no question of that.
Service over. 17-15. Victor, change the shutter. Play on.
Missed it. They both look a little anxious to me to finish
Service
this
over.
off.
16.
Well, certainly
17.
Axelsen wants to finish it in two. Maybe both feeling the pace of this match. 51 minutes already. Careful against Axelsen. He's got a long reach with those long arms of his. You play it flat, you've got to get it past him. Probably a little wiser to play the hold and flick, play it with disguise or a high lift.
Thank you. Service over. 18-16.
Yeah, that was tired movement, tired looking shot from Nishimoto.
16.
And the defending champion 2 points away from the quarter-final. Yeah. Absolutely waiting for it.
20, match point,
Axelsen.
16.
And with that great anticipation comes 4 match point opportunities. One will do, surely. Oh, it's landing in. It's landed in. Well, once again, that proves my theory about
Service over.
the left to right drift.
17,
I think that
20.
came back in. Yeah, he was convinced it was going out initially as well, and that came back and landed inside the line. Well, the first match point opportunity has been squandered.
17-20.
That's well wide. Second time of asking, and the victory for last year's champion, Viktor AXELSEN. 21-13, 21-17 in a match lasting
Match
6
won by
minutes shy
Viktor
of the
AXELSEN,
hour mark.
21-13, 21-17.
Well, that opening game was just quite extraordinary by this man. 6-11 down at the mid-game interval. 7 straight points and 15 of the next 17 points to close it out. 21-13. Much tighter in the second game. But in the end, Viktor AXELSEN. There is confirmation of his victory over Kenta Nishimoto. 21-13, 21-17 in a match lasting 54 minutes. So safely through to the quarter-final, and he will play against the bronze medalist from the recent Asian Games, Anthony Ginting, in tomorrow's quarter-final.